Welcome, Dr. Olema. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining us for Breaking the Cycle conference.
You're welcome.
I would like to ask you just a few questions. I'd like to have your thoughts. And I'd like to, how valuable do you think it is or not to take part in a conference like this?
It is very, very valuable to take part in a conference like this because a lot of experiences are being shared here. You may be in your own field, in your own practice, and you get to a point where you think this is how it always works. And yet different cases are being presented every other day.
Yeah.
As you see, times are passing and different experiences are out there. So it's really important to share these in a conference like this.
Yeah.
And having people from different cultures also
Yeah.
broadens the basic information that we need to go with as we are dealing with children in this case.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. And how can a conference like this help people working on the ground in a country like Tanzania?
Yes, I think I'm now connecting this with what I just said, that you get to learn more from different people. I asked for, I'm just from Anna Mary's presentation, which followed yours.
Yes.
And it's like, I had one there in the morning. It's like, they are building on one another. You had this wonderful thing I concluded with. Actually, my presentation, I concluded that in whatever case, as we deal with children, we should not leave the family.
Yeah.
Family should be the focus. We should involve the family as well. And then you came with this beautiful approach in helping the children through the families. Deal with the child. At the same time, you are involving the family, and that came together. And Anne-Marie is having such a wonderful, vivid examples with different kinds of children. And every other time, there are different, cases that are coming forth. And then you say, this is a new one. I've never encountered this. I think this one was very difficult. This must have been a very difficult one. And so such experiences really broaden our horizon of dealing with these cases.
It sounds like it's a practical conference where people are getting skills of a way of working, skills of how to do the work with families.
Yes, I really hope it does translate down to their work, but it's a very good awareness session. Here now, possibly this may come later, or now that after getting all this, what next?
Yes.
What do we go with to our organizations, to our places of work? And that's the question that I've been asking. Yeah.
So and that leads very well to my next question. What role do you think institutions of higher learning can play to influence society in the change and making society a safe place for vulnerable children and their families? And specifically maybe for people like you who are in institution, academician, or how can
the academic staff, academia have three responsibilities. The first responsibility is to teach.
Yes.
The second one is to publish, and we have the slogan that you either publish or you perish as an academic.
Okay.
And the third is community outreach.
Yeah.
These are the three responsibilities of an academic. And the institutions that do not encourage the outreach actually limit the connection with the higher institutions.
Yeah.
So rather with the communities. A higher institution that neglects the community outreach actually is doing a disservice to the communities. It's very important that they connect to the communities, and their research is supposed to be in the communities and supposed to be to generate information to help the communities. Higher institutions are basically what we call the socio-economic development and transformation is hinged on education, and particularly higher education that is supposed to generate new knowledge, that is supposed to generate new approaches in helping the community.
Yeah. So, but you talked about like the higher institutions doing the research in communities. But do you think it's well linked now, that it's well integrated, that higher institutions see themselves that having a role as far as community outreach is concerned, or are they still? Can that be strengthened? Do you feel like they really, like there's pathways on how higher institutions are influencing society and vice versa?
I really should confess, I'm embarrassed at what we're doing. Many times, and partly because it may not be as the intention of the institutions. Many times the higher institutions in the low-income communities or countries are really understaffed. As a result, the staff who are there are overwhelmed with the other two. Actually, the first one, they are overwhelmed with the teaching. We are having such enormous teaching load, and this you spend hours preparing for these lectures. If you have 3 or 4 of them, then that almost takes all your time, and that is where the biggest problem is. And if they go for research, they go for research because this is a requirement for promotion, and they quickly go and do the research and they move out of the community, and that is all. So the other aspect is not emphasized. The community outreach is not emphasized. The bit of it that they do it because they want to get information and publish, and that is it. But it is really important that they get that. But I really think there's room, a lot of room for improvement. Given this, I think it's very important that they link up with the civil society, civil organizations who are based there. They can help to train them, and they can at the same time do their research. If that is the kind of working relationship, I think it would be very good.
And for you coming for this conference, you're not a practitioner, but you're here. It shows that it's happening, though, and it can be strengthened, but it's happening.
Yes, a friend of mine who was partly my PhD student from US wrote me the day before yesterday. When I told her I'm coming for this, said, "Oh, that is good for you because you are a field man. I really like being out there. It's a boring thing to be sitting for hours and preparing and teaching over and over again. You come out exhausted and you don't want to do anything else. But when I have the opportunities to work there for research and with the other organizations, it is refreshing, and you face the reality, you face the truth there.
That's true.
I love it.
Good. I'm glad you're here. In your presentation, you explained the impact of violence in society and how can we influence behavior change and all culture change in the societies we work with in making them free from violence.
You actually, you and Anna-Marie built on my presentation. And I'm very excited about that. That's why I mentioned you and I mentioned her. Because I concluded, I had a model presenting the cycle of violence, and concluded with the question that we answered together: at what point do we break this cycle? And we had a very interesting discussion with them. And some people were saying at conception, others were saying at this point, But eventually, one participant gave the answer that was in my heart. I was very excited that everywhere at all these points. And that is what it is. And I came up with it, that everywhere. And the when you look at all these points, the underlying thing is the family.
Yeah.
You do not have to remove your eyes from the family and keep your eyes in the family. This cyclic nature, the victim perpetrator intergenerational approach that I had on here is really a clear indication that you need to involve the family, you need to involve people at all stages, from all points, wherever violence presents itself, or even where it doesn't present itself.
Yeah.
So you should be working at all points. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Olema. Thank you for joining us for this conference, and hope we can continue collaborating in these events. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.